Greetings, everyone. It is I, Jeremy Mully.
And I'm Cleandra.
What's your last name?
They know I'm a Mully.
Okay. Alright, man. We've been, well, me specifically, I've been receiving so much different IMs and seeing people on the road that would ask me questions about my relationship, and they would inquire about how we were able to have such a prosperous in their mind relationship, how we're able to have such a relationship that works out so well. And so I found it very, very important for us to make a video kind of sharing some insights, not advice, but just some insights, and maybe it would open up some channels of people understanding. Okay, I'll stop first, right? There's a person I ran into, and he was asking me, man, hey man, man, you guys are just so amazing. You guys are trailblazers. I mean, you guys came up with so much things. I mean, you guys had the wedding of the decade, the best wedding I've ever seen, even in the States. And they asked questions like, how were we able to get to this point? And the thing that comes to my mind is not really to give people, pointers, because we could all ramble on and with a bunch of different things. Communication is key and all that, which I think really helps our relationship a lot. I'm very critical, so I feel like we could always improve on everything, and that's just my personality. And so it really and truly, there is no subsets. I mean, no pragmatics, no phonics, no grammar, semantics or syntax. There's nothing that you could use to describe in detail what every relationship needs to do based on one particular relationship, because it's not gonna work.
You ain't perfect yet.
It's not going to work. We are not perfect. First off, please stop putting us up on this golden branch, because sooner or later somebody will come up and try to saw us down, and we want to drop from that far, because we bleed when we fall, and when you cut us, we bleed. And I cry a lot. Look at the wedding highlights, you'll see I cry a lot. But it's because I soft, right? Because gentleness is the greatest sign of strength, and strength is shown through someone's gentleness. And so I believe that in every relationship, especially our relationship, there's no advice I can give. What I can say is, man, nothing beats the original. Nothing is worth more. A copy cannot be valued more than the original. And all we are wounded beings just trying to be loved. And so even in our attempt to receive love and give love, we are wounded, and we're just trying to get back to that healing stage. We're trying to get back to that Genesis. Angel, anything?
No,
Be yourself, man. Don't try to be like anyone else. Yes, there's a general ingredient to make a cake, but you really don't know what type of extract I use. You probably think it's vanilla, but it could have been something else. I could have probably used some type of different sugar. You just don't know what type of eggs I use. But
I think you have to kind of be equally yoked in some way, meaning that you guys have to share a lot of the same values, beliefs, etc., stuff like that. Make sure that you guys have goals that complement each other, that don't compete necessarily, but more complement, because then that will make a lot of things easier relationship-wise.
yeah,
Also, be open. A lot of females try to be open, males as well. I've said this before, we come along with this checklist that we see our potential partner should have, and a lot of the times they don't meet those requirements, those standards, or that list that we actually have. And sometimes you need to realize that you're the one who will help them to achieve some of the attributes on that list. You being together will allow you guys to have those, those qualities that you so long for. You're the one who probably have to prune it and make that person, better. You're the one who kind of helps them along the way. So don't just settle yourself on a list of, qualities or characteristics that you think your significant other should have. No, I mean, there are certain things that you probably want in your life, but don't let that be the leading factor for you. Always communicate. That's one thing. Communication is key. I think many relationships last because of communication, when you're always open and honest, even when it's not the best thing to say. And after a while of being with someone, you'll start to realize how that person is. So you'll start to figure out the little ins and outs, and how to generally approach. You may know that your partner needs a day to cool off, and then approach them. Or some people, it's better to attack it at first hand. So it's not all the same situation at the same time.
Yeah.
And that's what my husband was saying, to literally, don't look at one relationship as,
don't do it.
Don't try to copy what those people have.
Don't do it.
Do each other, and try your best to figure out what works for both of you. What's your kinetic energy is.
Come on. Sense. Sorry.
Something else I had to say that Doreen made me forget.
You forgot?
Yes,
You forgot.
I forgot what it was.
Okay.
If I remember, I'll say it.
Okay, she's gonna remember it. Let's hope that. Another thing, right? The grass really, people say the grass, the grass really may be green on the other side. It really, I mean, obviously, perception, yes, and we could see it. I mean, it's greener. But you really and truly don't know how high the water bill is, right? We know that. But another thing is, I've learned that where the septic is, a lot of times, that's where the grass may grow a little bit more. And it may be greener than the other areas in the yard, because that's where the septic is. That's what I heard. And so really, you don't know what's going on. You really don't know. So please, just cherish and embrace the here and now. What you have in your relationship. Yes, we want to strive for better. That's good. But try to find that good thing, be content. Find that good thing in where you are and what you have in your relationships. Because you try to leave that 80, end up getting that 20, and you don't want to fall into that place and that category. You really don't want to. What you have may be good, but you maybe have to look at the glass from a different angle. The glass is not half empty. Probably it's half full. And maybe then, probably even a glass, probably that's not even water. I mean, it's how your perspective and your perception of things and events and objects and your relationship.
One last thing. Make sure that you are open to long distance relationships. A lot of people struggle with that. No, I'm serious. A lot of people struggle, but your person may be in Africa. I mean, come on. You have to be able to wait. You have to be willing to you gotta be willing to wait for that person sometimes to reach the greener, literally. Okay? You have to be willing to wait. And a lot of us don't like to wait because why? There are many different factors why we don't like to wait. A lot of the time it's sexual factors.
That's another video coming up.
However, try to realize that your perfect someone for you may be in another country or in another area, miles away. And in order for it to work, you have to be able to wait, basically. And we'll speak a bit more on waiting, like Jermaine said in another video.
Yeah, and long distance because we dealt with that,
Yeah.
and it was
for 4 years.
and it was not particularly easy for me. It was easy in some phases, but it was a time when I was like, whoop! I threw in the towel, and the towel was still floating in the air. I thought the towel hit the floor, but the towel didn't hit the floor. The wind just caught it and pulled it back up, and I just said, you know what? Shoot, that's where grace abounds. And I stuck in it, and look at us now. This woman here showed so much grace to me. Listen to me. Women are the greatest debtors to grace. I mean, women are good. I mean, look at history. It's been proven. Women ain't no... Hey, we as men, we need to learn from women and how they exhibit and demonstrate grace, and even that gentleness I spoke about earlier. Women, I mean, that's who we can learn that from. And I mean, she showed me so much grace. So that long distance relationship, be on the lookout. If you're trying to hear some melee, if you don't know what that is, just some news. If you want to hear some news, gossip,
sipping tea type of stuff.
Yeah, that Kermit, you want, yeah. That video there will be the video for you to tune into, because I'm gonna give you some little stuff, and really and truly you can't use it against me because I've been redeemed. You feel me? But yeah, that's about it, man. Relationship, man. Find out the purpose. She said it best. She made it so simple and so sweet. But literally, like, yeah. Your relationship, that's your relationship. Work it out. Don't try to follow Peter and Tom's relationship. Don't try to follow the Mulleys relationship. Hey, find your niche. You know what I mean? This is our experience.
The Mulleys.
We are. Saying peace be still. Your war is mine.